Hi, Barbara.
Okay. Hello. Hello. Yeah.
Hi.
uh, Yeah.
Hi,
And
hi.
you
So
know, I
nice
have
to have
something
you.
like a gift for you. Are you Bovan? Is it
Oh,
correct? This may
hi,
wish you long
everyone.
life.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You just did a little research about Sri Lanka.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're so,
I think it's really crucial. We not only want to learn and know each other, but to know a little bit about our countries, about our
yeah,
culture.
yeah,
Think in this way, we are able to build just a better society and connection in the future.
yeah. Yeah, you're so smart.
I can say
I'm
exactly the same about you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm so glad to have you here with me today. It's because I found that you're so smart person because watching your videos on YouTube, you're so good at making presentations, sharing interesting things, so many things that I didn't know. I got to know through your videos. So that's why I'm so grateful for that. And today I just want to share about your English journey. That's why we are here today. So, yeah, and this is our first time, right?
Okay, and that's
That's so
yeah.
great.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, our dear viewers, I'm Barbara. I'm from Poland. And I just try to be better version myself. And I was dreaming about, I want to speak in English. And a few years ago, I will decided to participate in one in this kind of challenge, like for example, Hadar or something else.
Mm,
For me, it was the first time with Stephanie English coach.
mm,
And I met a lot of people like Maki, Nayana, Vivian, people from Japan, Brazil, from really the whole of the world. And if you don't know nothing about my country, you will find probably a lot of information in the internet. But because we have this really weird time with deep fake, deep misunderstanding about a lot of things, I just have for you, our dear viewers, this tip.
mm.
If you just try to know something more about, no matter about my country or Diana country or whatever,
Yeah.
just try to follow more trustful websites,
Mm,
not only social media, not
yeah.
only like blogs or something like that. In one
Yeah.
occasion, probably websites from governments will be okay, but
Mm.
of course we know about hackers. Sometimes even on this website we have a lot of confusion, but I think it's a good practice
Yeah.
to learn how to recognize what is
Yeah.
the true, what is the fake, because probably we don't avoid the situation with the internet in the future.
Yeah. Exactly. And thank you so much for introducing yourself before even asking for that. So, so let's get into the point. I want to ask, first of all, I want to ask you about Poland. I'm curious to know about Polish culture, languages. How many languages do you speak in Poland? What is your mother tongue? Something like that.
Mhm.
Please share. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and Poland is the one of the countries in the middle of Europe. Sometimes in the news you have this information like we are Eastern Europe or something like that, but I think Europe is just Europe. And when
Yeah.
we try to follow this idea like Western,
Mhm.
Eastern, something like that, it's more like geographic, but not really like about the true about our values or something else. And uh, when I think about my country, it's just a rich culture because we exist so long, exactly the same like
Yeah.
you and
Yeah.
your people.
Yeah.
Because usually we are think about countries, but what was before countries? we
Yeah.
will live as a tribe, and I think a tribe, a small place with people, and after that they just develop and share ideas and
Mm.
knowledge outside. And it's something just natural for everyone, and it's no matter to, for example, discuss which culture is better or which culture is like the best of the best or something like that. I think everything what we share with each other,
Mm.
it's really interesting. And if we just a little bit curious about something, it's just
Yeah.
good to know. And of course, if you want to visit my country, probably you will like our landscape, because it's like the mountains, it's a lot of lakes, it's a lot of forests.
Mm.
We have access to the Baltic Sea,
Mm.
and of course, it's not like the ocean, but it's
Yeah.
still like the sea. Something a little bit tricky, you
Mm.
know, our sea, it's a little bit cool or even cold. And
Oh.
only right now in the summer, we have like more warm water, but
Mm.
usual is like for people who really like cold water.
Oh, yeah.
What next? When you just want to go somewhere, probably you want to visit a lot of museums,
Mm.
or if you like to go to the castle or something like that. We have
Yeah.
probably uh, one castle in every cities, because it
Mm.
was like
Wow.
the most common things so many years ago. Something probably unexpected about Poland, because usually when we think about Europe, we think about Christianity.
Mm.
But because our country, with a lot of kings and something like that,
Yeah.
we have just a lot of fighting to be an independent and something like that.
Mm. Mm.
In our country, you will find a small community. It's like
Mm.
a few hundred years Muslims, and we
Mm.
must live together in peace.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great idea when we try to share these examples. It's possible, no matter what kind of things do you believe, or what
Yeah.
kind of you prefer. It's still possible to just live together and
Mm.
to fun of this, not like to think, oh, you are different because you want to do that. No, I think it's just something when we try to ask, okay, if
Mm.
we believe in this kind of way, and you believe in this kind
Yeah.
of way, what we can discover more, or something like that. And
Mm.
I think it's really important when we try to learn something, not to just think, I don't want to know you, I just
Yeah.
have my idea, and I don't want to listen to your ideas. And I think
Yeah.
we still try to learn that, because it's sometimes hard to accept different point of view of someone else. And if you ask about our personalities as
Yeah.
whole nature, we like people.
Mm.
Sometimes we like complain, but I think right now it's not too much.
Mm.
Probably in the past it's more common for us. And we should know you a little bit better to be more friendly. Because something what I remember when I was talking with people from Brazil, or
Mm.
from Costa Rica, or by general from Latin America, they are truly open, and something
Mm.
what they usually recognized in Poland. When you met someone, it isn't a good idea to hug,
Oh, yeah.
because we just like to talk before,
Yeah.
okay, and if we know better,
Mm.
we we can just hug someone. But
Yeah.
to speak to someone the first time, it's just,
Mm.
hello and smiling. It's just
Yeah.
enough.
It's same here. Here in Sri Lanka, it's same. So, what about languages? Barbara? So,
Oh, languages. Okay. For example, something what sometimes people make angry. For
mm,
us, it's obvious. We are speaking in Polish, but for
Polish,
people
yeah,
from other countries,
yeah,
it isn't obvious. And they often, for example, such confusing with Polish,
mm,
with, I don't know, with even Swedish or
yeah,
Russian or Ukrainian or
mm,
something like that. And I think in this case, it's good to just explain, okay, but you know, it's completely different language because we are speaking in this way. And for example, if I want to say hello in my language, it will
mm.
be cześć.
Oh,
Yeah. If I
interesting.
want to say my name is Barbara, nazywam się Basia.
Oh,
Or Barbara, because, for example, my name Barbara in Polish, when, for example, we will be close friend or
mm,
when we are talking as a family member,
mm,
we have this short version
mm.
as Basia, but it's very confusing for people from other countries
Yeah,
because
yeah,
probably in other cultures they use completely different shorts, and I
yeah,
try
yeah.
to say about me as Barbara.
Mm,
And in what I know, Polish it's a difficult language, but of course,
mm,
like every kind of languages, if you
yeah,
truly want to learn this language, it will be possible. And of course,
yeah,
we are so happy if you just say something in our language because I think
yeah.
it's natural. You were
Mm,
so happy when I just shared this Ayu Bovam, or
yeah, exactly.
I say something more like
Yeah.
tutti, like
It's
thank
tutti,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I
it's
think
how
we
to say
just like
thank
something
you.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. That's true. Yeah. I felt so happy when you, greet me like this. I won. Yeah, it's like I'm honored. So let's move about your English journey. So how did you
Okay.
start learning English?
Okay.
So yeah, how long have you been learning English? Please share
Okay.
something
Uh,
about.
mm, I think we share the same stories because I listen to your interview
Mm,
with this wonderful woman from France, with
yeah.
Intan, with Maki, and
Mm,
with Alison from
yeah.
Brazil, of
Yeah.
course. Alison
Mm,
is a man, and we just have that same experience.
mm,
We've started to learn at school, at university, but we don't speak or don't feel comfortable enough to use in this language. And my story is exactly that same.
yeah.
I've been learning English for, I don't know, 5, 6 years, like for example, 2 years at university. And
Mm,
after that, I took a special courses, and I have my formal piece of paper like level B1 or B2, but when I'm going somewhere and just a foreigner asks me about something, I get so nervous. Oh my God, it's in English. How to say that?
yeah.
And I just decided, okay, I don't want to feel these feelings anymore, and I want to change. And I just discovered this breakthrough challenge with Stephanie, and it
Mm,
was a few years ago. And probably I just need this kind of energy, like, for example, connection with people from different countries to understand we all have the same problem. We all feel not so confident when we start to speak in this language. And I think no matter how many videos we will watch or how many books we will read, we still should remember only if we connected speaking, listening, and reading together. We will be more fluent. And of course, we just need to, first of all, make this decision
Yeah.
I want to learn and I want to spend my time, my
Mm.
lifetime to learning. Because usually if you ask someone, people share with you this phrase, yeah, I want to learn, but you know, I'm so busy, I don't have time to do that. And I
Yeah.
think it's like this myth, something what people truly believe, and they feel better because it's not my fault, I just don't have time.
Yeah, exactly. So, Barbara, so what method did you find very useful for you when it comes to improving your English skills? I mean, as it's totally can be different from person to person.
Mhm.
There's no any perfect method to learn
Yeah.
English. So, what about you? What are the methods that you
Yeah,
found
thank you,
interesting?
Nayana, because
Yeah.
I think it's truly important when we try to watch something or we have a lot of advice, even
Mm,
when, for example, you try to learn with your teacher.
yeah.
Sometimes they give to you a few tips and they share with you idea, it's only way, but it isn't.
Yeah.
We are different. And for example, if you
Yeah.
something, if
Mm,
you are interested into something, it's much better when you start with this part than, for example,
mm.
to try to follow these
Yeah.
patterns from
Yeah.
other people. And in my case, first of all, I have a huge problem to speak in English. And
Mm,
I've decided to participate in this challenge. But if I
yeah.
don't have this, my conversation with people
Mm,
was really short, or sometimes with, you try to just say something with your hands because it's
yeah.
much easier. And in this time, I really like to use this application called Elsa or something like that.
Oh, yeah,
When
Elsa.
you have
I know.
on your phone and you are
Mm,
practicing, for
mm,
example, I was like my daily routine every evening. I was practice for 15 or 20 minutes, just phrase. If I want to ask about something, how to respond for about story if someone asked me, and it
mm,
was truly helpful. But I still, uh, I feel so grateful for everyone who talked to me in this time because I understand right now it was so
mm,
challenging. I have too many
mm,
vocabulary or something like that. And after a while, when I feel much more comfortable, I try to mix. Like, for example, right now I have a week with listening. After
mm,
that, I have a week with reading. And if you feel just okay and
mm,
comfortable, you are ready to just mix a little bit every day. For example, on Monday, okay, today I want to read. On Tuesday,
mm.
awesome, I want to talk with Nayana. Why
Yeah.
not? Something like that. And
Mm,
something what I was truly surprised.
mm,
Uh, Sometimes it truly hurts because when I try to broke this pattern for
yeah.
my brain, because
Mm,
if you don't speak other language for your brain, it's something confusing. What what are you talking? We don't know this language. Why you want to
yeah.
use English?
Mm,
And to be honest, like my first probably month or two, when I
mm,
try to speak it a lot. For example, I spent 2 or 3 hours to speaking to people, to different people, like for example, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. But it was crucial for my mind to understand, okay, you are serious about English. We should
yeah.
focus on this area because you truly want to engage in this kind of activity.
Yeah. Exactly. So I found that some people enjoy textbooks, textbook learning through textbook, using textbooks. But some people find it really a boring method. But it can be different from person to person. So I also enjoy, like you, my learning process. I find something that I can enjoy like this. I love to interact with people around the world, and as you mentioned, sometimes I tend to read books, but not always. Some days I feel I get bored reading books, then I move another, another thing that I can enjoy. So that's how it happens. But sometimes I really have to pull myself together because I can't avoid some activities like reading, writing. So, yeah, we have to find a way to enjoy our learning process. That's true. So, let's move another question.
Okay.
So, so, what is the best advice you have ever received when it comes to learning English? What is the best advice?
Okay. Probably the best and
Mm,
the most important is try to be yourself. Don't
mm,
copy and paste pattern from another person. It's a little bit tricky because,
mm,
for example, if you want to use a shadowing technique or
mm.
something like that,
Yeah.
you just follow one or two favorite person, and it's okay because you
Mm,
want to recognize uh, how you listen to
mm,
these words. You try to speak like them, to just follow this rhythm or something like that. It's okay if you don't want to forgotten
mm.
about your own personality,
Yeah.
because something what was for me truly beneficial to understand, I don't need to be a native speaker, because I think we
Yeah.
all follow this idea. We
Mm,
want to be a native speaker. Okay, after a while we understand not really. And first of all, take your time to be yourself in this new language. Be focused on something what we want to improve, but for
mm,
example, only one thing by time. If you focus on too many things, you
yeah.
don't improve, you just get a lot of stress.
Yeah.
And still try to ask yourself what is easy for you and what is still like not okay. And something what sometimes people don't try to do. Uh, if, for example, you will follow only this easy
Yeah.
topics, you don't move forward. And it's
Mm,
like this part when you just share with us is like we push ourselves a little bit to this more challenging things, because after, I don't know, a month to 6 months, you
mm.
will feel that same and easy with these new ideas. And it's like a process. Don't follow this YouTubes when people share, oh, you need only 10 days and you will
Yeah.
speak in English, or, oh, no, you need only 24 hours and you will speak in English. It's just for clickbait. They want to be famous. They don't want to share with you something truly useful and beneficial. And I really admire teachers when they just try to share with us ideas. Take your time, be focused, and just try to build your daily routine
Yeah.
with English or with
Mm,
another language, because it will be much more natural for us than, for example, going somewhere like for special courses. Usually is like only 2 hours per week, and you still don't make progress because you don't feel connection with this new knowledge.
yeah, exactly. It's so easy when we make it a habit, like part of our life. So I found it so interesting and important when it comes to learning a language. I also do that. I try to do something every day, each and every day, to
Yeah.
improve my English skills. So it's just a part of my life. I don't feel like I'm learning. I'm just living. I'm just enjoying. Even with bunch of mistakes, I try to do something. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so what is the worst advice that you found that you received,
Oh,
you've ever received?
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this idea about feedback, because
Mm,
usually you still try to find you know this answer, how to speak better
yeah,
English or something like that. And we have this desire for feedback. But I think, first of all, we should ask ourselves, are you ready for this feedback?
yeah,
Because if, for example, you are talking with a teacher and this teacher will be correct you for every minute,
yeah,
how do you feel with something like that? Probably awful, and you feel, oh my God, I never achieved my
yeah,
dream goal or
yeah.
something like that. And something what I was truly lucky, I
Mm,
was talking to people and teachers, and they don't correct me as the first conversation.
yeah.
Or for example, when someone asks you,
Mm,
okay, I listen to your English, and I have a few tips for you, but
mm,
I don't know, are you ready to hear these tips? Because I think when we are not ready, because we feel not comfortable enough with this new knowledge, it's better to just speak in your own way, but you have
yeah,
this, you feel okay, a little bit more comfortable. And after that, try to correct by yourself. Sometimes for people, it's like impossible idea because we have a really strong mindset. I need a teacher, I need a school or something
yeah,
like that. But I think to the next years, it will be like this new idea around the world, like self-learning is the
yeah.
best option because you know yourself, you know your weaknesses, you
Mm,
know your strong sides. And if you just have something like your, I don't know, an advisor or supporter,
mm,
when you just try to check out, do you still follow your roadmap to learn something? Or maybe you just have your vacation and you do nothing or something like that. But I think to be really careful about feedback because uh, too many feedback uh, in the wrong time for you, it will
mm.
be more harmful than helpful.
Yeah, yeah. Barbara, not only you, I also feel like I'm so lucky to be surrounded by people like you, all these communities. So there's no one here to judge us, and I don't feel uncomfortable moment. I mean, I never felt any awkward feelings to talk with the people in these communities because they are so friendly and always make it so easy, for me to speak and interact with people. So I'm so happy that I found these communities, and yeah, I'm learning with them.
Yeah, yeah, I feel exactly that same, and
Yeah.
I really admire your rich vocabulary because sometimes I just I didn't know these words. It's awesome, Diana. Just share these stories, and I can just use these words. And I think sometimes we don't know how
Mm.
much things we just know.
Yeah, you know what? When I watch your videos, I found bunch of new words. That vocabulary so new to me, and I have to find out. Like I have to research on the internet what it means. So, yeah. So it's same
Yeah,
about you. You use
yeah.
many words that I don't know.
Yeah, and
That's
it works
great, by the
because
way.
we just curious about it. I was
Yeah,
curious about your story, and you was curious about my story, and
yeah,
I will just try to focus on this,
yeah.
truly focus, not like, for example, oh, it's just next homework.
Yeah, that's how we are learning. That's
Yeah,
great.
exactly.
So, how do you want to encourage other English learners? So, what would you?
I think something what we understand
Mm,
it's we should find our way to learn something.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
sometimes we believe, okay, is this pattern, I should follow something, but how you feel with that? If you feel uncomfortable, if you feel you are just waste your time, maybe it's better idea to try to find maybe something else, maybe something different. For example, it's a lot of practice with journaling, but
Yeah,
sometimes people don't like to write down something. And okay,
yeah,
if you don't have idea to write something, maybe you just have your favorite, I don't know, song, poem. And it was my first practice to write down in English. I have my favorite poem, and I just write down this poem, and my brain try to understand this pattern. And we still have research, and probably nobody shares idea it's a fake, but we still have strong connection between our hands and brain, and it's much more useful to write down something than, for example, to only read on the screen or something like that. And that's same with science. We have a lot of news in the internet,
mm,
but sometimes it's so hard to find the last and the most important information. Because, for example, sometimes you will find great video, but it
yeah,
was like video made 10 years ago. And
mm,
right now we have a lot of research about something else. And the same
yeah,
with English learning and something else. And the most important part for me is respect yourself and other
yeah,
people. And
yeah,
for example, probably you have the same experience as me. Sometimes we are talking with a kind people, and sometimes we are talking with rude people.
yeah,
And how to manage this situation? Do you need to be still nice and kind,
mm,
or maybe it's much better to just share with them information? Something when you just told me
yeah,
it wasn't okay for me because I feel in this way. And please tell me, it was like your idea to share this rude things with me, or maybe it's just misunderstanding because we live in different culture. And I
yeah,
think when we are open, when we ask, it's
yeah,
much better to build these healthy barriers between our minds, because for example, we sometimes try to be kind, and you
mm,
spend 1 hour to talk to someone, but after that you feel so overwhelmed and you feel so bad. And I think it's much better when you just recognize this,
mm,
red flags, and you try to protect yourself and to say thank you so much, but I just don't want to continue this kind of conversation.
yeah, yeah. So, I wanna ask you if anyone wanna interact with you, or if anyone wanna get in touch with you, how they can find you. Just tell
Okay.
us. Yeah,
Okay. If you like Nayana channel or my channel, you will find us on YouTube. And
yeah,
my channel is like Brain, Respect and Freedom, but
mm,
with title Be Like a Brain, because I
yeah,
want to more focus on process of learning of new technology. I was speaking about books review, how to draw something.
yeah,
This channel is just for people when you like to learn something, when you
yeah,
have this mind learning.
mm,
It's okay, no matter how many years
yeah,
you spend somewhere, you are
yeah,
still able to learn something new, and it's okay to share our ideas, but with respect.
yeah. I'll put the link in the description
Thank you
below.
so much.
Yeah. So, yeah, we are running out of time, but still we have 5 minutes. Just talk about something. So, have you ever traveled? Have you ever been to abroad before?
It's my sad story is like I been working a lot, and if
Yeah.
I have time, to take a vacation. I usually
Mm.
spend time in Poland because
Yeah.
exactly like I shared with you, we have a lot of beautiful places.
Yeah.
But of course, if I have possibility to go abroad in the future, because I think we are still alive, everything is
Mm.
possible. I will visit other countries, cultures to talk to other people. And I think it's still possible to build this world when we just don't feel fear, when we
Mm.
don't have war,
Mm.
we don't try to make intrigue or something like that. And I think maybe we need, I don't know, one generation or two generation to understand we live on the same planet, and if we
Yeah.
destroy one part on the earth, it will be
Yeah.
like really unhealthy for people as all, not
Mm.
only for one country or for one continent or something like that. And I think something what you just have like your invitation,
Mm.
you is truly important because wishing you long life. I think it's a really great idea and design, like like
Yeah.
when you try to connect
Mm.
energy, like grateful or something like
Yeah.
that. In Christianity and probably in other languages, we have the same sign, but we
Yeah.
don't exactly
It's
the
like,
same.
yeah,
Usually
bow. Yeah.
we say amen or
Mm.
something like
Yeah.
that, but it's a proof we
Mm.
are connected. It's not
Yeah,
like
we are
only
connected.
ideas.
Exactly.
We have a few thousands years
Mm.
of history, and all
Yeah.
ideas in the
Yeah.
past, people just share with each other, and it's uh, no makes sense to argue about that.
Yeah, Barbara, if we dig into all the roots, where our beginning, so we will find some relations between our, countries, our people. So we all are connected always. So
Exactly.
exactly. Um, yeah, I love this conversation. I feel so sad to end this. I feel so sad to end this conversation. I really enjoy talking to you. You're so friendly, and I love the way you are because, um, you know, uh, I have talked a few people, like you. So I feel really happy that I decided to learn English. That's why I'm talking to you. That's why I met you, met people like you, especially, Maki. I met you because of Maki, thanks to Maki. So I feel so glad that I decided to learn English. That's why I'm
Yeah,
talking to you. So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
interesting. And
exactly.
let's do this again. Let's do this again. We can talk about many things, many different topics. That's so interesting. Hope
Yeah,
to find some
I
time.
think it's a really good example for other people. We don't
Yeah.
need to compete with each other. We can support each other.
Yeah.
You are on YouTube, I'm on YouTube, we are on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. My purpose actually collecting documents of my language learning process, my practices.
Mhm.
It helps me to track my progress. So that's what I am doing. This is not kind of purpose like earning money or something like that. I don't know about the future, but for now I'm planning to collect my documents. So this is really helpful for me to improve further, and it little push. That's why. So yeah, 1 minute.
Exactly.
Share something. Just say something to wrap up our
Okay,
conversation.
I
Yeah.
think it's a wonderful opportunity to see a real Nayana on her channel, because right now we have a lot of movies with artificial intelligence and with
Yeah.
everything, and I think we just awesome because we are a human and we want to talk with each other.
Yeah. That's great. It's so nice to talk to you,
Okay,
Barbara. So 1 minute. We
thank you
are
so
running.
much.
Yeah.
Have a good day, a wonderful week, awesome years, and I believe we still will learn and we still will talk. And exactly like you say, we can
Yeah.
just do it again.
Yeah, so bye for now and see you again.